I mean, yeah, it is pretty wild that the story is about a situation in which you end up in prison, and then somehow like the Mr. Beast prison video is kind of like you getting your comeuppance.
It's an ironic ending. Yeah, I had to go back to prison to repay the people that wanted me in prison in the first place. I couldn't have asked for a better like storyline, you know? And when I look at it, it's like the best thing that could have ever happened to me was going to prison. If I'd gotten house arrest or probation, me and you wouldn't be here right now. That's the way I look at it.
You don't think you would have changed?
No, I wouldn't have been able to make content. I have a successful business because of prison.
Yeah, because it started that way.
Yeah, that started that. I'd still be working a job, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all because of prison, because of my experiences from my perspective. Like 1090 has his experiences from his perspective. I was the first prison creator that was my age, that looks the way I look, that went to federal prison and didn't come out there telling war stories because I didn't have war stories. I was the first person to say like I paid for protection, and the prison guard tried to rape me in the kitchen bakery and things like that.
How hard did he try to rape you?
He was feeling me up. Like he was feeling my butt and stuff, and he cornered me in the walk-in freezer. And
was this like a big dude who could have whooped your ass?
No, he was really skinny and tall.
So you felt pretty confident that if this came to blows that you would have been all right?
I wouldn't have touched him only because I had 2 months left. There's no cameras. He has a mark on him or anything, claims assault. I'm in prison for another 5 years.
But you're going to have to do something rather than give up your booty, right?
Thank God we didn't cross that bridge. But
wait, so you were thinking like it might be worth it to just let him have his way?
I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't want to attack him, Adam. Like, you want to go back to prison? Or you want to stay longer?
Listen, like, I understand that lashing out and hitting someone is often going to come with negative consequences, but when it's your booty in question, I mean, shit, yeah, I'm going to do whatever I got to do.
In the moment, I couldn't give you an honest answer. Looking back on it now, of course, like that's the reasonable answer to say, like, I'm going to fight him. But back then, like, you're caught up, like, you never expect that's going to happen to you until it happens to you, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's even like the Terry Crews situation. I don't know if you're familiar, but like Terry Crews has this story that he's told multiple times. And Terry Crews obviously is like a big ass, strong black dude who would whoop the shit out of any of us. But he had like an executive from like a TV network or a movie network or whatever, who was at a party with his girl. And the guy's like feeling him up, like trying to grab his dick and shit, like in the party. And he basically like, he didn't hit him. He didn't do anything violent to him, but it's like, even just imagining that happening as a dude, I've never had that. You know, the worst thing I could think of is like, even having a gay dude just kind of flirt with you for a second is kind of bewildering. Like, oh shit, you're serious? Like, what the fuck?
And like, people don't believe you because it's not common for that to happen, but it does. It does happen, especially in the prison system. And you also think about, like, I looked very young. This guy was into young people. There's all these grown men at the camp. I'm the youngest. Why is he after me? Yeah. You know, so wow, it sucks, but it was another story that helped build the platform.
Yeah, no, definitely. But the guy just kind of gave up. You were like sort of
I reported
dipping and dodging. And
yeah, I reported after. So what happened was that last time I tried to bring a tray of cookies out of the freezer. Normally the guards would unlock the walk-in because it's locked. That's where the eggs, the cream cheese, like all the good stuff is. And they would stand outside. This guy unlocks it, comes in, locks or shuts the door behind us. And then he stands in the door frame. So I have to physically rub my butt up against his groin with this tray of cookies. And that was the final straw. That's when I reported him.
So he was going to ice rape you.
Yeah, he was trying to get my buns. That's what everyone says. Because they called me McLovin in prison. See, I got the McLovin tat because they called me McLovin, and I got a portrait of him on my leg. But
that's
I
such
look like
McLovin. That's such a like dude who's in prison level joke.
Yeah.
He white. He got glasses. We're gonna call him McLovin.
Yeah, they called me McLovin or Squints from The Sandlot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Damn, I'm still thinking about what I would do if this dude tried to rub up on me.
Well, hopefully that never has to happen to you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay strapped so that if it does happen, that we could send him to meet his maker in this ice box. So what else you got planned right now? You're working on getting the book actually out to the people. Have you looked beyond the podcast? Does the podcast just like 100% have your focus, or is there like bigger projects that you want to do?
What I've learned in life is like you have to stick to what you're really good at and just double down on that. There's so much more to do with the podcast. Like we're getting stricter on the interviews. Like I've added like a nice intro hook to my podcast that we're making it more quality and doing things like that. So I want to keep growing it on that level. We're talking about like expanding the studio where like we're renting out studio space to other people, building studio sets. There's the whole prison cooking competition competition that I was doing. It's called the Commissary Cook-Off. I know Steve will do it. It's doing something like that, but I had put it on YouTube years ago where it's like people are competing against each other to cook commissary food. That was one idea. There's so many spin-offs you could do with prison content, but it's also not necessarily my passion. And that's not something I was successful in. I need to stick to what I'm doing. Like the podcast pays the bills. The podcast brings me in revenue. I'm pretty decent at it. And that's what's growing. It's not me doing skits or me doing all these other things. Like what Warren Buffett says, you have to, that the most successful people focus on like the 2 or 3 really good things they're good at, and they don't go on anything outside their circle. So I say no to way more things now, whereas the old Ian would say yes to everything, get in over my head. Now I'm just really dialed in, and like we're out here, we have a couple good interviews lined up for this week that I'm doing. And
who you got out here?
I'm doing the ex-president of the Hells Angels of Ventura, George Christie.
I watched Vlad interview him. Okay.
Yeah, he's great. We're doing Matt Bowyer, or Boyer, who's the Tani case.
Okay.
He's going to prison for that whole Ohani or the baseball gambling thing. I don't know if you've seen that. I do not
know about this.
He was just on Soft White Underbelly too.
Okay.
And then we're doing Owen Hansen, who's got the Mark Wahlberg series coming out in a couple weeks.
Nice.
He'd be a great one for yours too. He was the California Kingpin kid. He went to USC for football and then started working with the cartel.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But you got to see the Matt Bauer thing. That's really hot right now.
That's what's up. I should probably start doing more criminal stuff because the rapper shit is going to drying up these days.
People love it. And you interviewed my friend Johnny Mitchell.
Yeah. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, I used to run his TikTok and help build that. And then now Matt runs it for him. But I was his clipper before. Hell yeah. Because I used to have a bunch of clients when I started. I had a funny thing, I had an OnlyFans at one point.
You were doing actual content?
Yeah, I was doing, so when I first started the podcast, it wasn't like I wasn't monetized on YouTube or anything. I quit my job, maxed out 30 grand in credit card debt to live off of it. I'm driving Uber, doing DoorDash, working at this frozen yogurt shop, struggling to pay the bills. My friend was paying for my apartment for me and I would owe him the money he would put on his credit card. Right. And I started on OnlyFans. I had like 6,000 Instagram followers. All my subscribers were all males, maybe a couple people that were curious, but I made like 20 grand almost in a couple months.
Wow.
And just not like doing content with other people, just doing solo stuff.
Yeah.
And it made good money. I wish I kind of could do it now, but I can't, like with brands and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. And after the Mr. Beast thing and everything, like it's not something I can really do. I have thought about it though, because like I have my following. If I made that much money with the little following I had now I have all these followers on Snapchat and Instagram and the podcast, dude, I still get messages on my Snap. Do you still have your OnlyFans? Can you send pictures?
All dudes.
All dudes.
Yeah. It's all dudes. Crazy. It's like you as a dude, because multiple times in my life I've thought like, oh, I'm going to start OnlyFans and I'll just have chicks come through and I'll bang them and I'll just upload it to this OnlyFans. But then in reality, when I talk to like other dudes who have OnlyFans, it's like they don't really care about you hooking up with other girls because they're gay.
That's what I saw too.
So, like they don't want to see that.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And then what I think I probably could have kept it going longer if I had like a gay guy running it for me. It just got weird with the messages. But like, I don't want to say this. I'm not gay, you know?
Yeah. And well, what really happens, because even Jason Loves, the girl, she told me, he's a girl that like kind of works with him and stuff like that. And she told me that the responses in his OnlyFans are 100% wanting to see his asshole, wanting to see him bend over, just anything like that. And she said that like sometimes he'll bend over to tie his shoes and she'll be like trying to take a picture because she wants to put it on his OnlyFans. But like, meanwhile, what's he want to do? Like a girl, maybe do like a solo jerk off thing or whatever. Like maybe your fans are into that, but like, they want to see you do some zesty shit. They want to see you keep pushing the envelope. And I know a dude who I'm pretty sure is straight, who has a kid. He's the homie. I've known him for a long time. I just seen him doing some gay shit on Twitter. I'm like, what the
The problem is, as a guy, there's only so much content you could do. How many times can you jerk off? How many times can you do this? Whereas if you're doing boy-girl content, it's endless because there's so many different things, different women. Yeah. But with a guy, you're in a certain field unless you bring another man into the picture. And I was not doing that. Yeah. But it helped pay the bills, and it's a part of the story, Absolutely. I did what I had to do.
Shout out to Everything 420. It's like the Amazon for everything that you need to get lifted. Whatever your vibe is, their app makes it super easy for you to shop for your next sesh. Shipping is fast, the packaging is super low-key, and they're always running deals. Tap into the app and use code NOJUMPER to get a little something off. Shout out to Everything 420.